the shark bite, which numbers do we want to see? Do go over, have questions about? 1, 2, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So 5, 3. So I saw a lot of 2s, 3s, a couple 4s, 5s. So we'll start with 2, go on to 3, and then do 4, 5. So for number 2, 4 less than a number means that the variable is going to come first and you're subtracting. Because the entire sentence has comma, cube, this is all going to be cubed, and then plus. If it had 4 less than a number cubed, then the x would be cubed and nothing else. But because everything, the comma means everything is going to be cubed. Okay. For number 3, determine the line of best fit. You have a table, so in Desmos, put in your table. Type in your y1 tilde mx1 plus b. And then you can either write all the decimals or round it to 1 or 2 decimal places. 1 decimal place would be y equals negative 0.5x plus 15.7. Question about? People get your laptop out. Get your laptop out. Or you can double check with Desmos. If you capitalize all the variables, it'll ask you to add in a slider, change that to whatever you want. And then the number should be the same when you put in your final answer. So if you got negative 3x minus 1, that was the correct answer. If you didn't, go back and fix that. And 5, you could use Desmos as a vector graph. Should go or start at 0, 0, go up 1, left 4, and down 1, right 4. Questions on that? How did you say 3 was the line of best fit one? So you have to put in your table, put in y design, so to speak. But y1 and x1 tilde. Which ones are we doing again? On the shark bite? We went over 2, 3, 4, 5. So all but 1. Okay. On the 8-ball, any questions you want to go over on the first 2 pages, whether that's the answer, how did we get this answer, how do we do it in Desmos? Those will be the ones we'll go through. So starting on the first page. Oh yeah, that's right. And I have to give a couple of people new ones. Any questions we had on the first page? What was the answer? Why was the answer this? How do we do this in Desmos? Cameron? Yes. Okay. So 8, you could put everything in all at once. To get your cube root, you can either go into functions, go all the way down the bottom, and choose that one. Or you can type in the letters CBRT. That will also get you cube root. Square root is the same, but SQRT. So that answer should have been whatever 17 was. E. Other questions on the first page? If not, go on to the next page. Any of those we want to talk about the answer? How do we do that in Desmos? What was the correct answer? So 1 is not a Desmos thing, but the answer to 1 was C. Questions on the second page? Cameron. 1. What the answer was and how to do it in Desmos. So with this, anytime you're dealing with exponents and you have the variables x, y, put them in capital letters. It'll ask you to add in sliders, change them to something positive so it doesn't mess up anything. And then put in your answer choices and see which one matches. And the only one that matched was this one. A lot of the answers you guys were doing, the issues I saw, you were doing 3 times 3 and not 3 to the 3rd power. So make sure you are doing that. Other questions on that page? Hannah, did you have a question on that page? Cameron? 2. Same thing, the answer and how to do it. So 2 was one that you could put in and graph. So the blue is so little. The blue was the original. I put in all the others, and one of them overlapped the black one. So this was your answer. Was that the one? Other questions on that one? On that page? It was a 7. What the answer was, how to do it, Desmos, both. Okay. 7. So 7 was another one. You needed to capitalize the x's, add in a slider, but if you already had one in there, it would just keep it as a slider. And then the only one that matched was this one. So 45 over, so C. Other questions on that page? Like how to do it in Desmos and the answer. So this is another one you could graph and see which one overlaps. It does say it is equivalent to, so you can put that in, put in your answer choices, and there was only one that overlapped. this one, 7x squared minus 30x, or B. When you are multiplying, if you were doing it by hand, make sure you multiply everything together. So the first terms, the last terms, the inner terms, the outer terms. Any others on that page? How to do it in Desmos and the answer. And then 6. The issue I kept seeing with 6 is that I think you guys were confusing or didn't read the words that said perimeter, not area. So some of you were multiplying instead of thinking about the formula for perimeter. So 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, or adding everything all together twice. So if you knew your perimeter equation and wanted to use Desmos, you could capitalize all your x's, add in a slider, put in your answer choices, and see which one matched. And there was only one. The 8x minus 10. Or A. I'm looking at this upside down. Yes, A. Any others that we have questions about? So, you have 5 minutes before lunch. You can keep working. I'm going to repeat the rules just in case you missed them or need a refresher. Your goal is still to get to the halfway point, and then at the halfway point, after you've gotten a check, then you can work on Khan Academy for a small amount of time because I want you to focus on SOL stuff also. You can work with as many or as little people as you want. You're only doing 1 page at a time. After you finish 1 page, come see me, I'll check it. I'll let you know if you have any wrong, but won't tell you which ones. You'll go back, you'll fix them, or try to. Then you'll come back, and I'll check them again. Second time, I'll tell you which ones are wrong, and score your page, and you can go on to this next one. All right, use each other, use your notes, use Desmos, not your calculator. Make sure you are only working on this. Anyone have any questions? 7 pages. No, I didn't. Right. You guys can start working.